Hello guys, Nightspectre here, bringing you another League of Legends cast, and guess what? We're at the 0-minute mark, so I was going to shut down my League of Legends client because I thought, well, that's enough casting for the day, my throat really hurts, and then suddenly I spot my eyes on a beautiful 0-minute starting God-given gift of awesomeness, so if this game is not going to be awesome, then I don't really know, but at the very least, we're starting off at the 0-minute mark, boys and girls. Mostly boys. So then, let's go over the teams and itemization, because I have all the time in the world. So, let's start off with blue team, shall we? So, blue team has a Twisted Fate in the middle, started off with boots and health potions, more likely than not, dynamic camera, if you would please, because he's facing a Diana in the middle, so he wants to dodge every crescent strike possible, and with boots he will be able to. Also, Twisted Fates aren't that good at running away from ganks, so if the jungler will gank him, he has boots, he can walk away ever so slightly faster than normal, though of course if you gank a Twisted Fate he will most likely than not have a gold card waiting for you and you will not be able to do anything. Lulu placing down an Explorer's Ward, yes indeed, so he has vision onto the Leona and the Misfortune. Leona does have a vision ward, but she knows that it's an Explorer's Ward, so she doesn't want to waste any, well, precious wards for just a cheap ass Explorer's Ward. Oh, actually he's going to do it. Oh, that's a pity indeed. Well, maybe he's afraid for a possible invade, considering Nasus is going to start with blue though, so we shall see. But anyway, good play by Lulu, making it so that the pink ward will not be used in her disadvantage. They're doing golems, so they will be ahead ever so slightly on the bottom lane as well. So, Lulu and Caitlyn for blue team on bottom lane. Udyr starting off with red. Well, why not? He's an Udyr, but I don't think he'll be able to do it smiteless. He's going to try though. And Nasus did do his blue smiteless. So, for red team jungle, the Nasus. Top lane will be a Vladimir for red team, and the bottom lane will be a Leona and Misfortune. Udyr did do his red smiteless. He's fairly low on health, but he should be able to do it fine. So the jungler for blue team, Udyr everybody, he's going to do the wolves. He actually went for the tiger stance phoenix form, so that makes it so that he can jungle very fast. It does make it so that his sustain in the early levels isn't that high, but that's what the health potions are for. Top lane for blue team will be a Kennen, who I think will be AP. But we shall see. Of course, in the beginning of a game, Kennen tends to have a little bit of AD, maybe in runes or itemization, so that they can do quite the amount of damage in the early laning phase. Vladimir, of course, not that strong in the early laning phase for the, I was gonna say Hammerflag, but it's the transfusion, doesn't sustain him as well as he would like. Udyr now finally finding himself. Oh my god, they actually know where he was, but it's going to be a double stun onto the Nasus. He's going to try and ghost away, will probably succeed. Flashing by Udyr though, his Phoenix AoE will give him the first blood. It's actually a tiger stance. Now it's going to be Diana needing to flash over the wall, but I think Twisted Fate will be ready for this. No, she's actually going to flash towards her tower. Twisted Fate not willing to dive that deep, so a great flash indeed. If she would have flashed over the wall, Twisted Fate would have followed her, so great play by Diana indeed. So, first blood for Udyr. That's quite good for an Udyr, because if Udyr is able to pull ahead ever so slightly, he will be a huge factor in team fights and the laning phase, considering he is a jungler. The Lulu-Caitlyn combination is also very good at pushing down. Leona is more of an all-in champion, but it might be dangerous. She is going for it though. Lulu getting caught. Shield of Daybreak will stun her down. She flashes away. Misfortune follows her though. The health picks will shield her more than enough. She will exhaust. And now it's going to be Caitlyn with the kill onto Misfortune. Will the Leona get the kill onto the Lulu though? She will go in, but she's going underneath the tower. I don't think she will survive. And Lulu surviving. My god, Lulu. My god, you beast. Health picks, man, that shield and using her health potions correctly there made it so that she survived very long. Lulu hasn't bought a single item. She only had sustain, so she had all the health potions in the world. Leona instead started off with a fairy charm so that she could go and rush her, what I will believe will be a Philosopher's Stone, quicker. She still doesn't have the Philosopher's Stone though. Kennen being zoned away by Vladimir though, so great play by him. Kennen even bought a null magic mantle to sustain the damage that Vladimir is able to do. Instead, he's going to die, thinking that Kennen was checking his shop, and probably did, using his pool of deception to get away. So, great play by Vladimir indeed, making it so that his team isn't all that far behind, because, well, it's looking rather grim. Both middle and the bottom has gotten kills or assists. And especially bottom lane is going to be quite a hard lane to deal with now, because it's a Lulu Caitlyn lane. They can do so much poke onto you, push so fast with the Glitterlance bit of a pacemaker combination that clears out an entire wave if they're lined together. Twisted Fate going to do some damage. Does he have Ignite? I don't think so. He used it onto the Nasus to get the first blood onto Udyr. Misfortune actually a level ahead onto the Lulu there, but... oh, they're going in deep. Udyr with the final stun. One more Tiger Stance will get the kill, but Udyr will probably not survive. He's going to his Bear Stance instead of Turtle Stance, and I don't think he even has Turtle Stance. Now bottom lane, the Misfortune taking some huge damage by the Lulu. I'm going to check whether or not Udyr has Turtle Stance, but I don't think he does. So nope, he does not. It's a pity, because I prefer Turtle Stance. It gives you a lot of diving potential. Instead, the Udyr wants to go for full damage, which will increase his ganking potential. Don't get me wrong, Lulu wants to go cheeky. The Pit of a Pacemaker will not land onto Misfortune, though. That made it so that Misfortune couldn't recall, so instead she thinks, well, I'm going to farm these minions here, but it is dangerous. One Glitter Lance needs to land and she will die. And it's going to land. Pit of a Pacemaker and the kill. What did I told you, girl? What did I told you? You need to listen. You need to pay attention, or else you will die. Which she did. Oh, Misfortune. Twisted Fate. Recalling, barely escaping the Moonfall there from the Diana. Diana probably went back and she bought herself 2 Doran's rings and some boots. So she is going to try and do as much damage as possible in the mid game. The Leona actually taking a lot of damage, and Udyr coming from behind with the Tiger Stance Bear Stun. And will give him a quick kill, going Phoenix just because it's pretty. Kennen again was forced away from his lane. He has bought himself some null magic mantles, so he will be able to do at least a little bit more damage. But Vladimir has bought himself a Hextech Revolver, so he will sustain even harder. Now, in Season 2, when you played Kennen, you also rushed a Hextech Revolver. And oh no, Nasus, he should have Ghost. He does have his ultimate. Will he be able to escape? Diana is there. Twisted Fate has his ultimate ready. Destiny, where will he teleport though? He chose himself the wrong direction. Udyr will die. He doesn't have as tankiness as it is. A very good kill by Lulu though, giving a lot of assists, but Twisted Fate will die, giving the double kill to Diana. So a great turnaround for red team, making it so that the snowballing effect of blue team aren't as big as they should be. So red team is very much still in this game, which I love more likely than not. Lulu with a blue buff though, so she is going to poke the ever-living balls out of Leona. She doesn't have any, so it's already finished. Oh no. Kennen continued to get pushed though. It's weird, Kennen isn't all that bad at pushing lanes, but considering he's fighting Vladimir, he needs to be careful. Vladimir is a master of tower diving, and oh my god, that was one single transfusion doing so much damage. It's only a matter of time before Vladimir will tower dive this Kennen. Udyr could actually go for the kill here, considering he does not have turtle stance, but first we're going on top where Kennen is doing some damage. I don't care, Dynamic Camera. I want to see the Udyr. He's going in with the flash. Does he have Tiger Stance? Nope, he wants to do it in the Phoenix. He should have gone with Tiger. Diana will escape because of it. Maybe it was on cooldown Tiger Stance, I don't know, but the Tiger Stance would have given the kill because the dot does a little bit more damage there. Of course, Phoenix Stance has changed recently because it gives you an initial attack as well. Instead of every 3rd attack, it is every 4th. No, it should be every 3rd, but... well, you know what I mean. I'm gonna check it, because I don't even know what I mean. Yes. And then every 3rd after. So, oh, a quick kill. Yeah, that was my bad, sorry. But what I said was right anyway. Kennen now going in onto the Vladimir. Vladimir thought, I got this, but he has 2 Mark of the Storms on his face, so he can get stunned quite easily. Lightning rushes through, stun down onto the Kennen. Will he land another stun? Doesn't matter, the Ignite will give him the kill. Almost dying to the Hammer Flake though, but it wasn't enough. Great play by Kennen indeed, winning his lane in Impossible Odds. The power of an ultimate is very grand indeed. Sorry for missing that, by the way. I should have stick to my guns and said that I was saying the right thing. Instead, I was doubting it a little bit. So then, blue team is ahead by 2000 gold. Kennen will probably be able to do some damage onto the turret. He doesn't know where the Nasus is though, so he needs to be careful. Yes, indeed, he decides, I'm going back. He could have destroyed the tower, maybe. But instead well, it was too dangerous. No matter what. As Twisted Fate places down a ward in the middle. Weird. He will receive a nice little blue. Diana will try to push as hard as she can, realizing that Twisted Fate will receive blue. He will miss these minions. Or is he fast enough? Tum 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 tum. Red card, nope. Will miss that one. Will not miss the other two though. So at least he got two. Nasus, of course, with his sand. Fury of the Sands will try and do a very quick dragon and will probably succeed. Diana, however, is in a very bad position. Kennen has come from all the way from the top to the middle. Oh, a very nice solid flare. Leona catching everyone. A very good bullet time. Udyr is now tanking for the love of God. A very good wild growth onto Kennen, so he will survive. But Udyr will not. The exhaust onto Leona will not work. Misfortune going in from behind. Caitlyn does not have any mana. Will try to attack the Misfortune into submission. Instead will flash away. The Misfortune will die to the Lulu. Kennen will try and run away from the Diana. Will get silenced and she will escape. So at the same time, Nasus did get the kill onto Caitlyn though, but you expected as much, didn't you? Kennen did escape though with barely any health, so great play by Lulu protecting the Kennen, because I think the whimsy onto the Diana was very important indeed, silencing her, making it so that she couldn't use Crescent Strike. Though I think Lunar Rush was on cooldown though, I'm not too certain. We shall see. Well, we won't. Vladimir wasn't there at that entire team fight at the dragon, so that means that the turret on top, the outer one, has been destroyed, and he's beginning to do some damage on the inner top tower, so we shall see. Why do I keep saying that? I don't know. But if you have eyes, you will. That's right. So Lulu has rushed herself a ruby sidestone, which is weird, though you can consider the sidestone as a gold per 5 item because it does reduces the cost of your wards. However, it is a very expensive item to begin with, but so are gold per 5 items. It takes some time for gold per 5 items to make a net win, well, not a net loss, to make it so that you actually gain some money out of it. That's why you need to rush it, or either don't even buy it. Though I do believe that Lulu might still buy a gold per 5 item, because some of them are really handy. Udyr will go down with a gank. He's already a phoenix. He can't fly though. There isn't a ward there, but they do need to clear these minions very quickly. I think a glitter lance and a pit of a pacemaker might be able to do it, though red team is actually expecting something. At the meantime, Nasus and Diana will try and push down the outer middle turret. And they will probably succeed. Twisted Fate is all by himself. He can't go in because then Nasus will slow him down. And then, of course, Diana will Lunar Rush onto his face. So, itemization. I want to know what Nasus has. He bought himself, of course, the Spirit of the Ancient Golem, which will make it so that he can buy whichever boots he wants. He could actually go for Boots of Swiftness. We shall see. And it's not actually a bad idea. He probably won't go for Mercury Threads because double tenacity items would be useless. But it does give him some magic resistance, so I think it will be Berserker's Greaves, but if it's Boots of Swiftness, then great play on his part. There's going to be a massive gank onto the bottom lane, but it is spotted by the amazing wards of Lulu. Of course, she has a Ruby Sidestone. There is no way that you will be able to gank the Lulu. And Udyr now going in with a Tiger Stance Bear Stun. Is not doing as much damage as you would want. A very good Moonfall there. Nasus now with the Wither onto the Bear, and he is going downtown. 90 caliber net being used by Caitlyn to try and run away, and that's a very big chunk of damage onto Leona. But she is fine. She's crying a little bit, but she will get over it. Vladimir again continued to get ignored. He is farming like there's no tomorrow, has the highest farm in the game. The second highest farm of the game, as I'm going to move these things around just a little bit, is onto the Caitlyn. So Caitlyn doing a good job indeed. But Vladimir, oh, a good little destiny there. Pulling away there, Vladimir. That won't work. But oh, Twisted Fate hitting a minion instead. Kennen trying to use his slicing maelstrom to do as much damage as possible. But there's a Diana. She will die to the Hammerflake. Diana will get stunned, but the Lunar Rush should be coming. But there's an Udyr. There's the Twin Shadows as well. Diana being slowed. One more Bear Stand should get the kill. Udyr running quick, but oh, the stuns weren't synchronous. Well, they were actually very synchronized, but that's not what you want to do. You want to one-up stun. They are just wasting their stun potential, but it doesn't matter in the end. A shutdown onto the Diana. She put herself an Abyssal Scepter out of spite. So Hunting Guys now has been, well, not now, recently has been bought by Vladimir, so he's not yet willing to turn his Hextech Revolver into a Will of the Ancients, which means that he is probably going to just continue pushing the lane for as much as he wants. Too bad that Vladimir actually got away out of that team fight. Twisted Fate accidentally attacking a minion there, that was very bad. They could have gotten Vladimir as well, and I think that Kennen might have survived then, though I'm not too certain about that. At least he would have gotten an extra kill out of it, or assist, so too bad, Twisted Fate, but it happens. It happens. Nasus trying to prevent Udyr from taking this tower. Will it work? Apparently so. Nasus just going deep onto the Twisted Fate. He doesn't care that he's all by himself. Diana is approaching though. He will use his Fury of the Sands. Withers the Twisted Fate. So Diana is approaching, flashes in, but a flash away by Twisted Fate. Doesn't matter, she will Lunar Rush anyway. Nasus with another Siphoning Strike. One more Crescent Strike will get the kill. Now it's Udyr being very afraid, but Nasus is too low on mana and on health. And Kennen was approaching as well, together with Lulu. Hi, I'm Lulu. Help me, Pix. And he did. Caitlyn versus Miss Fortune. Who will win? It's quite an even fight from now. Of course, Miss Fortune has high damage potential and has actually a summoner spell heal. Why not? It does give a lot of health to his support as well in team fights. And that's a very smart indeed, considering that Caitlyn is running Barrier and not Ignite. Oh my god, Diana going deep onto Kennen. Another Lunar Rush with an auto attack will give a very quick kill indeed. Kennen was not expecting that damage, and not even Vladimir or Leona. They were there for the assist, but they were too slow. You're too slow. Oh my god, it's Sonic approaching from behind, but the tower is already destroyed. He doesn't care. He's going in onto Vladimir. A very good little Leona ultimate going down onto the entire team. Lulu managed to dodge it though, but Twisted Fate has already been burned down. His blood has been drained. And Diana wants another kill, will do a double Lunar Rush. She gets exhausted under the turret though. Lulu with an amazing play, but Leona will make it so that she gets shut down. Will tank a lot of turrets. Will she survive? One not a... No! Udyr with the home guard boots though. He's running like the speediest bear I've ever seen in existence. He's going to get the kill onto Leona. Will he? Yes, he will. He's now going down onto the Vladimir. He's going to get juked though. Vladimir still has a pool of deception and not a flash though. So it's going to be quite hard for him to get away. He gets stunned. He gets phoenixed upon his face. There should be a tiger stance ready to pop, but instead he's going to wait for a bear stance to get the pool of deception and going to get the kill. He gets withered by Vladimir. By the Nasus though. There is a misfortune and there's a teleport incoming from Twisted Fate with his destiny. Nasus using his Fury of the Sands to be as tanky as possible, but he will not be able to escape. He doesn't have Ghost. He will try to do as much damage as possible onto the Udyr, but he finally has leveled his turtle stance. So a stun going down onto Miss Fortune. One more stun will get the kill. Kennen is not there though. Diana trying to scare them away. Scare them. She's going to get as many kills as she can. One more Crescent Strike might get the kill onto Kennen. It will not land. And that will be me dying out of breath. Blah. Jesus Christ, guys. How long do you want to fight? It's 14-14. Red team is only ahead by a 2,400 gold. And this game is getting ever more awesome. It's a very tight game to begin with as well. So let's check out the AD carries, as I am going to move Caitlyn around just a little bit. Just a little bit. So Caitlyn has an Infinity Edge, so her auto attacks will deal a lot of damage, whilst Miss Fortune went for the Bloodthirster, wanting to do as much AD damage as possible, so that her bullet time will do as much damage as possible. Both of them now are... No, actually not. And I can't be certain that Miss Fortune is going for a Blade of the Rune King as well, but I think Caitlyn is actually going for a Zeal. So which might lead to what I think will be the Static Shift, but we shall see. It might be a Phantom Dancer, but you don't tend to see Phantom Dancers all that much lately, just because the damage that a Static Shift can give you is just awesome. And that's going to be Kennen getting caught. Does he have flash? Apparently so. He's juking for it. He will escape. Will barely... The golems almost attacked him there. Diana now getting caught by the Udyr, as there's going to be a fight at the bottom lane. A very huge Twisted Fate throwing a gold card, but he will get shut down by the Miss Fortune. And I don't mean shut down as in League of Legends turn, but just with bullets. Vladimir now going to use his Hammer Flake, doing so much damage. Is going to do another pulls and then going to go in with the blood of tides. Tides of bloods, I don't care. Udyr is not going to survive this. A shot down on his face with the bullet time of misfortune. Almost an ace. Kennen the only one surviving, but he wasn't in that fight. He flashed away and ran away like the pansy he is. Tides of blood. Sorry I called it pool of deception there. But it's been a while since I've casted a Vladimir, and it's my bad. I should have known better. So a very great fight indeed for Red Team, finally making it so that they are pulling ahead ever so slightly. The bottom outer turret will get destroyed. Oh no, Twisted Fate going to Destiny in, and that will be a quick kill no matter what. Misfortune tried, man. She tried. She wanted to get the kill, but you're not Superman just yet, Misfortune. You're not. No, you're almost, but you're not. So, I believe that Red Team was a little bit cheeky there. At least Misfortune got the turret, but she got killed in the process. So, she did had a lot of money. We'll buy another BF item because of it. So, oh my, that bullet time is going to do so much damage. If Leona is able to land the perfect solar flare, which she has been doing throughout the entire game, people are gonna die. It's as simple as that. Vladimir now rushing to his Rabadon's death cap. He's happy enough with his hunting guys. Of course, Leandra's Torment on a Vladimir works amazingly. Especially if he builds a Rylai's Crystal Scepter, which he probably will. Because, of course, health on a Vladimir means ability power. And why wouldn't you want that? He does have wards as well. Though, it has come to my attention lately that players are buying less and less wards. It might be just because it's solo ranked, as Diana now finally getting caught. Doesn't really matter, it's a misfortune there as well. The double off not doing as much damage on Udyr as you would have think. He does have the Aegis of the Legion, so that's a very good pick indeed. Rushing the Runic Bulwark as soon as possible is detrimental against a double AP team. Diana will try and get the blue, but I don't think she'll be able to do it against the smite power of an Udyr. Udyr now going in with the bear stance. They were actually doing Baron without me noticing it, and they will probably succeed. Diana with a very great play. Blue team will not be able to do anything about it. They have Baron at 21 minutes. Udyr now running away. Kennen with the slicing maelstrom going inside, only getting no one though. Misfortune with a very good bullet time will get... Oh, Caitlyn getting caught by the solar flare. Nasus will get the kill. Nope, it's actually Misfortune. And now it's Vladimir with the hammer flake. I don't see Lulu surviving this, and boy do I don't see Kennen surviving this. A double kill. Pop goes the midget. And no, don't do it, Oh, Twisted Fate, yes! Oh, I thought there was a Lunar Rush ready to pop, but it was still on cooldown. So Twisted Fate with the shutdown on Diana, the sole survivor. And no, I say survivor, there's a Vladimir approaching. He has the gold card ready, but he will not be able to escape, or will he? He uses Destiny. Where did he go? He's over here. He was spotted by minions. Vladimir is approaching. He continues to run. But I think that there's no way possible. Oh, there's a pink ward, so you can't teleport from there. Well, recall, I mean, so he's just going to walk away. At the meantime, Red Team is doing immense damage onto that turret, and the inhibitor will fall. Or will it? Blue Team has respawned. They are going to try and push them away, and they should. Nasus is trying to destroy this inhibitor. He wants it down no matter what. Well, Leona is there as well. Leona managed to get the Lulu. She doesn't want it. Solar Flare is still off cooldown, but Shield of Daybreak did manage to land onto the Caitlyn. Will she die? She will not, because Udyr has come in from above. Leona will die. Caitlyn's ultimate should be off cooldown in just 5 seconds. They will try and do some damage onto the Nasus. He does manage to just walk away, but Kennen is lightning rushing towards him. Nasus is very speedy though. A very good stun, however. A double stun nevertheless onto Nasus. Will try and wither, but he's going to get stunned down again and again and again. Diana now approaching though, but I don't think she will be able to do anything. Ace in the hole will give the kill to Caitlyn, as Diana is now probably going to die 1 versus 4. And not the right decision there on Diana's part. Trying to be cheeky, getting a kill there, but in the end she went in solo versus 4, and it were even 5 if you count Twisted Fate, which you might as well do. So Twisted Fate did manage to outrun the Vladimir, which I thought he would, because I do believe, well, he has the Twin Shadows anyway, so if Vladimir would have gotten too close, he could have used it to slow him down again. But at the end, Red Team did get a dragon, so they are ahead by, if I can count, 7,000 gold. It's 7,400, Nightspectre. I don't care about the small numbers. You mathematician. You build me a rocket. Well, actually, make me a time machine or a Pokemon building machine. That would be cool. Give me that, mathematician. What have you ever done to us? Except everything. Everything's science. Sorry. I was rambling on. So Udyr finally finished the runic bulwark, so that will decrease the damage on Diana and the Vladimir as well, so great play for that. Nasus has a runic bulwark as well though, so he has been playing quite well. That will reduce the Kennen damage and the Twisted Fate damage, so dual AP on both teams. You don't tend to see that too often. Twin Shadows will slow down the Vladimir, so he thinks, I'm going for it, but he gets stunned down too many times, so he will just get shot down. Lots of money going to the Twisted Fate, who will no, he has a Lich Bane, so yeah, normally you'd rush a Lich Bane with Twisted Fate, so it's normal. So he has the Lich Bane, will probably go for the Abyssal Scepter next. Red team still has their Baron buff, they want to do something about it. Nasus has been counter pushing the top lane, so they might be able to do some damage onto the top inhibitor turret. I'm not too certain though. Twisted Fate is there to clear the waves. If they're all aligned, he can just clear them easily, but instead they're pretty much everywhere. Pew 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 pew, and a lot of minions surviving there, so Red team able to do a little bit of damage on the turret, but not a lot. Diana trying to keep some of blue team's players into the middle part of their base so that her team is able to do some damage onto the turret, but without Vladimir they can't really do all that much, even if they have Baron. It's still a very strong team, blue team is. Caitlyn is very good at counter sieging. She can use her Pit of a Pacemaker to clear minions and use the Yordle Snap Trap to, well, make it so that they can't really get into the base now, can they? Lulu is also pretty good for support at minion clearing. Especially combined with a Pit of a Pacemaker. You can clear an entire wave with that, if you time it correctly. Of course, Lulu's power will decrease over time. She doesn't build ability power because she is support. She has a Locket of the Iron Solari though, which Leona does not yet have. So that's an advantage for them as, oh my god, a very nice Solar Flare once more by Leona. Going with the Xenoblade, bullet time getting pretty much everyone. A very good Hourglass though, coming down from Kennen, but he will not survive. He will survive! A very good Wild Growth going down from the Lulu as the... every team is going to just run away. A very good Hammer Flake. Transfusion there coming down from Vladimir so that he would survive the ace in the hole, but instead it was Misfortune saying, hey, I have a lot of life steal, I have a lot of damage. Twisted Fate wants to do something crazy. He is going to go in from a pretty safe distance though, using the Twin Shadows to slow down the Vladimir. One more auto attack should give the kill. It won't. He doesn't have his Lich Bane proc ready to go. Udyr will flash in and with the kill though, and it's going to continue chasing. The bullet time will not work. I mean, the hail of... no, that's hail of arrows. Make it rain, yeah, sorry for that. I was confusing the Varus with Misfortune. As to Udyr will probably not die to this Diana, but she is trying though. Will flash away! Will she be able to get away? Probably so! Leona is now there with the Shield of Daybreak. She hasn't procced it just yet. A very great play indeed. Misfortune will probably not survive this stunning action coming down from both the Kennen and Twisted Fate though. So Twisted Fate now getting unstoppable, which is quite hard to do for a Twisted Fate. If you get behind in your lane as a Twisted Fate, then it's quite hard to get back on top. And he manages to do it with amazing usages of his destiny. So grand plays indeed coming down from blue team. They haven't surrendered yet. They are closing the gap ever so slightly. It is only 6,000 gold now, coming down from 7,000 gold. So if they continue to make it so that red team cannot get into their base, then it's all good. However, there's still one dangerous stuff that could happen, and that is a Baron fight. If they would give red team another Baron, they should be able to burst through their base and end the game. So blue team needs to do something to stop them from taking Baron. The question is what? It is very dangerous to get outside their base, considering there are super minions pushing down their lane. It is the final wave of super minions though. The inhibitor has respawned. There are no super minions over there. Leona again with a very good solar flare, but there's nobody around. Diana didn't want to go in. Instead, they're waiting for the Baron to spawn, and once they got Baron, they will push the middle, destroy the inhibitor tower, and then continue. Or they could do it the other way around. They could go for the inhibitor first, making it so that there are super minions pushing inside the blue team's base. But nope, Baron has respawned, and red team is doing it amazingly fast. It's already down to half health as I'm speaking, and it will be an easy steal, well, no, an easy Baron for the red team. Twisted Fate using his destiny just to see that he is completely screwed. Baron again taken down by red team. They have perfect Baron control, and it is making their game, well, easier, that's for certain. Control the Baron, control the game. Control the dragon, control the game, but that's early on in the game. Red team now pushing through the middle. Udyr is out of position, as well as Kennen. They should be able to get this inhibitor very easily. We shall see. They're pushing on. and they're walking on every Yordle snap trap possible, which is good. It means that they can escape when they need to. They got the inhibitor quite easily. Top lane is pushing, though they could go to the top, or they could decide for bottom as well. Both of the lanes are pushing. But considering they saw Kennen on the bottom, they thought, well, we have a huge minion wave on top, we might as well use it. Or will they? Misfortune is actually not pushing. The minions cleared it all by themselves. So it's going to be a huge minion wave pushing on this bottom tower. Blue team needs to go in, I believe. Or else they will lose this tower. There's no question for it. But how will they initiate? Udyr is not the best initiate target because if he goes bear stance, you know he's coming. He did cat the Vladimir though. He's so low already. Heal has been used by the Misfortune and Ace in the hole will probably get blocked by the Nasus. So great play for so far. The Vladimir, I'm sorry, is now completely useless in team fights if they manage to catch him. Of course, if red team has a perfect solar flare, he could use Pool of Deception to get in, crescendoing by that wasn't a crescendo, a very good ultimate though, coming down from Kennen using his hourglass, but he will die ever so shortly. Udyr will try and save him though. Vladimir going in will get the kill onto Twisted Fate. Twisted Fate will try and turn it around, but the Locket of the Solari isn't enough. A shot down on Twisted Fate and a kill on the Udyr. Red team is going to wreck the house. A flash away by Caitlyn. Kennen is still alive though, but what can he do without a slicing Maelstrom against 4? Not much, that's for certain. So great play coming down from red team. Blue team did quite well, but maybe red team is just a little bit too far ahead. Nasus is of course a very hard thing to deal with if he uses his ultimate. He is so strong, especially if he is not behind, which he isn't. He has been playing wonderfully throughout his entire game. Dragon is up, pings are going down, so red team will continue on onto the dragon. Leona cannot use her Zenith Blade to go towards the dragon. It doesn't work on minions. It would be cool if it would, but it doesn't. So 2 inhibitors destroyed on blue team's part. That's pretty bad for them. That means that they will continue on to lose objectives throughout the entire game. They will not be able to contest a single dragon, so all they can do is try to turtle it out. Of course they have a Udyr, so turtling it out shouldn't be an issue, but still it will be quite hard because every time Nasus' ultimate is off cooldown, he can just waltz through into the base and wreck the house. He's probably going for the Icebrand Gauntlets, we shall see. He could actually go for the... the Frozen Heart as well. But nope, Icebrand Gauntlets it's going to be. So he is going to be a very huge factor in team fights now because he is going to slow down all the targets that he wants to take down, which is probably Caitlyn. Considering the fact he has Wither already at his disposal, so getting towards her won't be a problem, but sticking onto her is probably a problem because she can use her 90 caliber net as well to try and get away. Now it probably won't be an issue, so red team needs to do something to prevent Caitlyn from getting caught. Lulu might use Wild Growth onto her, but considering the fact that she most likely will use it on the target that's going to die, it won't be off cooldown once she needs it. Red team now going down to push down the final turret. Nasus getting taken a few shots, but I don't think he cares. He still has his Fury of the Sands ready to pop if it all is necessary, because quite frankly, if they just continue pushing it like this, the tower will fall and they will not die. They won't need to take any risks at all. Super minions are pushing down the middle and the top as well, so blue team can't continue doing this as Twisted Fate is going to recall. He has the home guard boots though, so he should be able to do quite well. Udyr is now no longer there. Solar Flare will hit nobody through a great disengage, but it doesn't matter in the end. A very good hourglass again by Kennen. He's doing wonderfully as well in this game, but it doesn't matter. He was all by himself. Udyr will try and get the kill, but the entirety of red team is low. Diana gets on a Yordle snap trap though, but she will be able to hit the Lunar Rush, and it's going to be Leona going very deep, but not deep enough. The entirety of blue team will now use their home guard boots to try and get as many kills as possible. Red team needs to finish this now or disengage. Nasus gets caught. He will probably die. He is holding on very long though, and the Hammer Flake hasn't been used yet by Vladimir. This will be a huge turnaround for red team once more. Udyr falls. Lulu is the only survivor, and it's going to be a G to the G for red team. Very great play indeed, red team, snowballing ahead by taking the Baron cheekily. I didn't even expect it, but that's the power of Nasus. He can do a Baron very quickly if he uses his Fury of the Sand. So, again, great play by red team. Blue team did their best. They played wonderfully as well throughout the entire game, but in the end, who has the most gold, has the most items, has the most power, will kill everyone in their sights. So guys, I hope you enjoyed. and I will see you next time. Whatever it is I'll do, not they. Well, whatever it is they'll do as well. Whenever it is I'll do it, or they will do it. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.